to another episode of What's What BR. Today we are privileged to have Brian Kaiser from Elite Gymnastics, Reagan Courville with us, and Johnny Moyal with us here. We are all going to be talking about a number of different things. A lot of these talking about gymnastics, talking about elite, talking about families and kids and us professionals, what we're doing here in the day and how to kind of get through everything. So if we kind of dive in for sake of conversation, Johnny, you are the founder of Elite Gymnastics. What is the history? How did this start? What gave you, how did you get to Baton Rouge and start Elite Gymnastics? And it's been what, 30 something years?
It's been so long so that I don't remember, but I came to LSU in 1981 and I got a full scholarship to compete on the gymnastics team. And 4 years after that, I was All-American for LSU. I was a three-time Olympian, and I graduated from LSU in 1985. And my passion for teaching gymnastics have just grown. And I decided that although I have a degree in graphic design and art, that I would like to teach gymnastics. I felt like dance background at young age, gymnastics background since the age of 8, 5 world championship, 3 Olympic games, and many competition would make me a great mentor. So I opened Elite Gymnastics in Baton Rouge, and it's been an amazing ride.
Baton Rouge can be an interesting city. I call it's one big small town at the end of the day. So, and you're talking to us, you are in Falls River right now, right?
Yes, that's correct. I live in Point Capri Parish. I live on Falls River, and believe it or not, I've been driving every day from here to Bluebonnet, and although traffic can be bad sometime, that never discouraged me from coming every day to gym and make a difference.
Awesome. All right. Next, Reagan, we haven't met before, so you've got to give me what's your 4-1. You're obviously connected to gymnastics from, if you do any Google search and prep for an interview, that kind of tends to show up. So you know these guys somehow, right?
Definitely. So, I feel like I've been in gymnastics forever because I have. I started when I was 5 at Elite Gymnastics. I went to a birthday party there, and just the environment and the people, the staff that was there, the older kids who just really took me in, even for a birthday party, I was like, I have to come here. I have to make this part of my everyday. I want to do this. I want this to be who I am. And I mean, I'm so glad that I did, because I feel like the culture of just where I was surrounded there really made me who I am. It obviously brought me to the national team. I was a national team member with Johnny, and then I graduated. I went to LSU for 4 years. I was a 23-time All-American, 2-time national champion. So it's been a wild ride as well. And a lot of what I had from the sport really stuck with me. And it really is all of my personality is the discipline that I learned, just the structure that was around me, the people, what they taught me. It was just, it really just made me who I am.
Wow. One birthday party and probably different trajectory of life, right?
Absolutely.
Otherwise we another lawyer in the world, right? So,
yeah, really.
So
Brandon, Reagan is very humble. She is one of the best gymnasts in the world. She was one of the most talented, and she showed it in college. So when Reagan said I was a member of the USA team and this, she has achieved an unbelievable success. Reagan had the look that only Reagan Courville had, and her personality is one in a billion. So she's just been very humble, but she's very unique individual.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right, making our way around our table, Brian.
Yes,
where's this role come in? There's what's the story? Where's your background, so everybody knows where you're rooted from, what's happening here?
Well, yeah, I have a background in exercise science. So I spent some time in this city called Houston, and been involved with gymnastics. Oh, gee, this will be the 35th year that I've been involved in gymnastics. This is I've run several programs, but this time my wife convinced me that I needed to buy a gym, settle down, and do this, do something for myself in the sport. So got wind that there was a gym for sale in the Baton Rouge area, and I came out. And I didn't know, I'd heard of Johnny. I heard stories of Johnny. Johnny had been around for a long time. And then he walked in the office when I was taking a tour of the gym, and he asked me one question. He said, "Why do you want this gym?" And I said, "Well, good question." I said, because I want to put down roots, and I want to build something for my family, and I want to share with a lot of people what I've gotten out of gymnastics, because I've gotten to meet people all over the world. I got lots of friends all over the country. I got kids that come back the same as Johnny does that are like, "Oh, hey coach. I want to share that, and I want to have a family experience, and I want to be able to provide that in Baton Rouge." And then I looked up the history of the gym, and I was like, I gotta do this. I gotta do this, and I gotta do it with Johnny. So here we are.
And that's recent, right? That was end of the year, beginning of the year, something like that. So
I came over in September, and Johnny and I sat down and had a really good talk September 16th, and the rest is kind of history. We put it all together and got it done, and I took over officially as the owner in January. So we've had it's been a good ride, and Johnny and I got a lot of great plans to bring Elite back up to status where we can have more athletes like Reagan come out of the program and go to college. And we just had Johnny had one of his girls, Roxy Myers, that got to sign and go to Centenary. And that was a big deal. That was pretty cool. And unfortunately, with our COVID-19 and everything that we're experiencing now, she didn't get to finish her senior year season, which kind of sad. But at the same time, she had a great time at Elite. And I think she's going to be part of a great history as we move forward.
So with that, welcome to Baton Rouge. You got your roots down now. You kind of figured out which restaurants to go hit and which ones, to avoid.
Yes.
A little bit while we're here, John, what's the history? There's some things that, there's more. Elite's not just another, gymnasium. It's not just a place to, it's not just a program to drop off, the kids to. This is kind of, as Reagan said, there's more to it. There's accolades, there's the environment. What's some of that highlights that you remember over these 30 plus years? And then Reagan, after that, if you can give us what's some of yours.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for me, everything starts with heart. If you do the things because you love doing it and because you put your heart into it, you're doing it for the right reason. The people that walk through Elite Gymnastics, the staff, they were my friend. We worked together as one team. The idea of coming every day and make a difference was always from day one very, very important to all of us. I believe in leading people and leading them in the same direction. So I surrounded myself with people that just truly believe that they're coming every day and it is fun. Although not every day is fun and it is very challenging and you deal with many issues between the business and the sports and high level sports. But the idea of coming every day focused on making a difference and getting better is very, very important. What made it very different, we are one huge family. Would be a terrific example for all of it. She's one of our daughters. We put about 23 athletes on full scholarship. We have many state, regional, national champions. But the 50,000 kids that came through the door from Elite Gymnastics are the real champion. They're young ladies and boys and great, amazing people that have terrific experience. They got a healthy environment. They achieve a lot of things, even in short period of time. So I think the way you do things and how you do it every day make you different. Never lose the focus of why you're doing what you're doing. And again, Reagan is a terrific example. She's sitting right there. She's one like many. Although she achieved more than most people, the fact that she's sitting here, loving the sport, want to talk about the sport, want to talk about what the gym has done for her, what our family means to her, what our friendship means to her, what all of this is one of many, but every one of them is a unique individual, and that's also the way we train them and coach them and treat them. So Reagan, you can take over, but you're for me one of the, again, you're like many of my daughters out there, and you know what I'm talking about, because we went through many ways and many things and training and everyday growth together, and we can still look at each other and look back and say, boy, let's do it again. So
absolutely. I can definitely attest to everything that he said. I mean, the family aspect of it and just the alumni really that it created in itself was second to none. I mean, it wasn't just go to gym for this amount of hours, do this many skill sets and be good. It was, I mean, he really created an environment with people in it that, I mean, you craved. Like it was my lifestyle. It was just something that everyone wanted to be a part of because they could see how it was really affecting all aspects of our life, not just physical, not just gymnastics. I mean, I was a better person being around them all day, is because he made it a point to have staff there and have members there that really meant so much to everybody. And they really made it a point. Like Jessica made it a point to be like a second mom to me. I mean, I went to her for everything. It wasn't just an environment where she was teaching me gymnastics. She was teaching me how to be a better person. And I think that's why it's an environment that we also never really wanted to walk away from. And I remember just looking up to so many people above me and ahead of me at Elite Gymnastics because they just never wanted to like forget about the sport or forget about Elite after. Everyone wanted to come back. Everyone wanted to stay a part of it. It's because it was just such a great environment. And I would say that's what I remember most, just looking up to everybody. And it wasn't because they accomplished great things, because they did. I mean, we had Natasha Kelly, who I remember looking up to so much, and Carly Patterson, who I still talk to this day, who is obviously a superstar. But it wasn't just because of their accomplishments. It was because like they treated me like a sister. And we all wanted to stay way past the amount of hours we should have. We never wanted to leave the place. We wanted to be there on weekends. I mean, my mom was telling me how I signed up. I was like a higher level at the time. I don't remember, maybe like level 6. And I signed up for a cartwheel workshop on the weekends. And she's like, why would you sign up for a cartwheel workshop? Like, you've been doing cartwheels. Like you've been doing like these crazy skills. And I'm like, I just want a reason to be there. Like, I don't want to be home this weekend. Like if they're hosting something, I'm going to be there, whether I need to do it or not. And I think that's something that we always laugh about is, I mean, I really never wanted to leave.
That's funny. As each one of you every one of you told me something. It brought the Jim Collins, the book Good to Great back, mine. It's not just about having, a good gym. It's about being great, and how it's not about just having the right people on the bus, but having the right people on the bus and the right seat on the bus, right? So it's you can have great people, but if they're not where they need to be, if they don't care, and that's when it cares, when you've got advanced people, so Reagan saying, just, I don't care what we're doing. If the doors are open, I want to be there. That's what, I guess that's what you saw, Brian, right? It's like, hey, if I can get, a piece of that and build that and cultivate that, I want to be a part of it.
Well, exactly. And then taking it a step further, after I got here and I started getting to know people and meet people, then out of the woodwork, with a little help from Johnny whispering, I've gotten most of my staff that has come back are all former Elite gymnasts. They're all former parts of Elite back from the day when the program and the culture was, as Reagan put it, one big family. It was everyone wanted to be here. And now I got staff that they want to be here. And I'm like, well, okay, I can't pay you for all these hours. They're like, don't worry about it. We're going to be here to help. We're going to be here to do this. This is what we do. This is how we were, this is how we were trained. This is what it's all about. And
so you're recruiting starting at at these young age. You're building your workforce.
Cleaning, they're cleaning the gym. We don't even have kids here. They come help me clean the gym. And I'm like, guys, I can't pay or do anything. The gym's closed. And they're like, don't worry about it. We want the gym to be ready.
That's amazing.
When it comes back. When we come back, we want the gym to be ready. We want it to be clean. We want it to be good. We want this to be set up for the kids. They're excited just because the culture's turning back into what it was, and we have a focus and a vision of we want to have great athletes. We want to get some more national teamers. We want to put more kids in college, but mainly we want to touch a lot of lives and get everybody fit, healthy, and show them the sport of gymnastics. And if they love it, like Reagan fell in love with it, then that's phenomenal. We got a path for you. If you like it and you just want to do it because it's fun and it keeps you healthy, guess what? We got that too. If you just want to show up on Kids Night Out on Friday nights because we have open gym and you can play on the stuff and, be in the pit and jump on the trampoline and the equipment, we got that too. And it's that part of things that the staff all makes those experiences fun. They touch those kids' lives. Those kids want to come back. They want to be part of the things going on here. And the community's starting to come back. And that's what I really am about.
Yeah, wanted to ask, you guys are doing something interesting right now. You've got a business, Elite is a business. You come to the gym, typically you don't bring a gym to someone's house. You're not bringing, bars and mats, you can work the logistics. I'll let you figure that one out for next, pandemic that we go through. But for now, gym's closed. People are, there. People are getting it ready. But I also heard you're doing virtual. You've got, classes. They're doing some stuff live. The team's doing.
Yeah, we tested out several platforms and finally settled on Zoom being the best of all the platforms out there. And we have classes set up. In fact, Reagan did one yesterday with Abby and had 20 some odd people or kids on the Zoom class doing the workouts. And then, of course, we put it back out for people in the recording, and there's been even more people watch it after that. But it's exciting because the kids can still come and interact with the coaches. And of course, yesterday they had a special guest, with Reagan being there and get to interact with Reagan. They can ask questions, they can get a different feel of the workout, but mostly they're doing something that around their sport and what they love and what they miss. Because you wouldn't believe the number of moms and dads and even the kids that post on Instagram, we can't wait till the gym's back open. I can't wait to get back in and do my whatever skill. They really miss it. And that, just staying in touch with them has been important. And there were some of the gyms that charged for doing the classes, for doing these Zoom classes. I decided not to. I just paid for the platform so we could be able to have a large number of participants on the platform, and all my staff that was willing to do the videos, they would be able to use the platform and we could record them. So beyond that, I fit the bill for that, and I'm giving it out to the community because it's really, Elite is about Baton Rouge. It's about the community. It's about what we do for our citizens and our kids in the community, and really not all about all the time. It's not about the money. It's more about how can we get these kids doing something, entertain them for a little bit. They're stuck at home. I mean, it got to really stink. You're a kid and you probably don't understand all the ins and outs or wherewithal about what exactly is going on during this time. But now you have something that, hey, that's my gymnastics coach. And hey, there's my gymnastics friends. And I can see them and I can still do some of my stuff. And it's kind of fun. It's cool.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And, I appreciate it. I think everybody in the community, appreciates. And like I said, if they're not watching live, everything's recorded. We're all in an on-demand life, now. But I think it's important for people to realize that, there is different ways that we can still connect. Look at us. We've got 4 of us. We're all sitting here. We've got I'm here in Baton Rouge. Brian, you're here in Baton Rouge. Johnny and Reagan, where are you?
I'm in
Here
Covington.
with us? In Covington. So,
Yep.
so we're all close enough, but when we come in here to a quick, Zoom call, we're right here just as if we were all in the same room. And so being able to connect and kind of give people, which is kind of the point of this, the what's what, BR, what's what in Baton Rouge, what's still going on. You mentioned from the gym side of things, you've got, the virtual, you've got the gym getting ready to go. Johnny's got a gazillion, bits of history, there. You've got the kids night program. So you're getting ready to open. I tell everybody, I grew up, my grandmother used to always tell me, this too shall pass, this will. And we should all be getting prepared. It's the perfect time to do all those maintenance that we didn't have a chance to do. It's the perfect time to build a following online. It's a perfect time to just kind of grow your membership list. It's a perfect to do a lot of these things that, and typically in business, we don't have time to do. So it sounds like you guys are ready, for when people are going to come back. It sounds like you guys are helping as much as you can, since you can't take the gym to people's house, we're virtually taking it to them. So I think that's awesome. Johnny, you got anything on that? Did you ever picture, the gym processing and running without being there?
Sure. For me, one of the most impressive thing is Brian, because Brian came at a time that it was very easy for him to just said, this is not for me. He came at the wrong time, where everybody's dealing with the coronavirus and an uncertain future. And instead of pause and stop or think about it, his first reaction was, what can we do? When we told the staff that we have a new guy here that have the heart and want to do it the same way you guys are used to do it, so many of the ex-gymnasts that have great experience joined the staff because they said, we want to be part of it. So if Brian's going to do it the way it's supposed to be, they're part of it. And their experience into the new generation will make elite gymnastics not just as good as it was, it's going to make a new heights, it's going to make a great future. Every one of them goes every day over there, try to do, not because they're getting paid, because nobody is getting paid. Not because they're going to have some money coming in because the lesson, not because we're going to gain some gymnasts here and there. Everybody is doing it because of heart. Reagan sit over there because she would like to talk about what the gym has done for her. She would do a lesson, many of them doing a lesson. Brian come every day to work, not getting paid and really not knowing what the future is going to be. But we're gymnasts, we're tough. We understand everyday challenge. We understand how to make something happen from nothing. Every one of us has the same background and the same philosophy and same vision. I'm behind Brian 100%. And guess what, Baton Rouge? That's amazing news because not only Brian is on board, I'm on board. I enjoy every day to be able to assist him. I still have a homeschool program that is doing unbelievable and will continue to stay at elite and continue with new heights. We have people like Reagan and many others that are behind the program. And I hope everybody in Baton Rouge recognize that they're people that really love what they're doing, love the community and want to make a difference. So when it's all done and over with, they'll be there. But if we have to take it longer, if we're going to deal with new obstacles, we're still going to be there. Brian's going to be there because he proved himself as a champion and he doesn't even start it. So I'm really impressed with what Brian has done in short time and the way he comes to work every day without even hesitation. So that's amazing. You don't see too many people like that. He's going to be very, very successful.
That's awesome. Yep. So Reagan, it sounds like you've aged out of elite at this point.
Yeah.
What are you doing these days?
So I am a sales representative for GK Elite Sportswear. So I still work with leotards every day. I'm still at competitions. I'm still sizing girls and designing beautiful things. So I'm really on a different aspect of gymnastics, but I'm still involved, which is exactly what I wanted to do. I did not want to completely leave the sport that made me who I am. And honestly, I'm so in love with it that I had to be invested in some aspect. I could not totally step away. So this is my version of little bit of design with, I can put my personality and my creativity into it. And I still get to interact with people, and it's connections, and I love it.
Awesome. And I brought that, I kind of loaded. I think we talked about that before we started rolling, but I wanted to kind of point out that you've got your life, you've got, your day-to-day responsibilities, you have everything, but taking the time to come back to Elite, and to do some of these classes, and help them, during this time, I think speaks and just resonates with everything that we've been talking about, here.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Has anybody else got anything? I think we covered a pretty good bit.
When Brian contacted me even about something as like his pro shop, I was so excited that he was igniting like Elite, because it was something that meant so much to me. And I know it's going to mean so much to so many people, especially in the Baton Rouge area. I mean, it was huge. It was instrumental in so much of our lives that I'm excited for the direction that it's going in. And I'm excited that it's, it is what it is right now because of his passion and what he's putting into it. And I love that he's doing that.
That's awesome. And I don't know if we mentioned, Elite for Everybody is on Bluebonnet. So it's right in the middle of town. Anybody can get there from anywhere. Johnny makes it in from Falls River, so there's no mistake. No reason why somebody can say it's too far away. So, Brian, got any last words for us?
Just that Elite's been here for 30 years. It's been serving the community. It's done a lot of things. Like Johnny said, 50,000 kids have come through the doors and had a great experience. And we're looking forward to the next 50 or 100,000 students that will come through the doors and have that same experience or better. If we can make it better, we're going to do that. And whether it's the birthday parties, whether it's the kids' night out, whether they join a recreational gymnastics class, whether they make it onto one of our competitive teams, whether they come in and they just enjoy sitting in the lobby and watching the sport of gymnastics and interacting with some of the kids from our camps, then, we're here for Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas. Like I said, we're putting out the videos. We had people on Reagan's video yesterday that were in Texas, and some were in Florida, and some were up in New York, in the New York area, watching and doing the videos and the workouts with our gym. And to me, that's what this is all about. You open the doors, you get up in the morning, you come in, you open the doors, and you're here to serve. How can I help you today is more than just some words. It's really something that, like Johnny said, comes from the heart, and it's sincere. And we want to help people the best we can and do the best job we can through providing them the sport of the experience of the sport of gymnastics, as well as, touching their lives in some way that hopefully they'll be a happier, healthier person down the road. And beyond that, I don't know what to say except that we're here and we're going to stay, and it's going to be a fun journey going forward.
Awesome. And I know, because I've got a schedule, not only are you going to be here for another 30 years, but you're going to be back here with us again on What's What. We've got 2 more guests coming, right? You want to tell everybody, you want to tease it a little, or we've got 2 more, I think.
We have the Olympic champion, 2004 Olympic champion, Carly Patterson, coming on. What is that? That's on Thursday, I believe. And then
I don't even know what today is at this point.
What's that?
Don't even know what day today is right now. Yeah, they all they roll together and they all end in Y, so they're pretty much the same for me.
There you go. And then we have Ashley Lee, and Ashley has a really nice story, because she actually moved here and stayed with the family and did that and lived away from her family while she trained here. And Johnny will tell more about that when we get her on with us, and that's on Friday. So we brought some really great people in that have had great experiences and still are very involved with the gym and with the community. And we really appreciate all of them. I appreciate Reagan coming on. I appreciate Johnny and his time to come on with us.
I would like to, Brian?
Yes.
I would like to address one more thing. Brendan.
Yes, sir.
Brendan, you're very humble and quiet over there. I've established Elite Gymnastics at the same time that your mother have built Parents Magazine. And what the most impressive thing in the world for me, that you guys, from day one, whatever the vision of Parents Magazine was, never slow down. You pursue out to be the best of the best, to be the most informed for parents, families, and what have you. And what you are doing right now, which you are on the same boat as everybody else, nobody get paid. It's not about money. It's about staying in touch with our community. You putting this together, assist Brian, and putting all of us together and spread the word, it's a blessing. So I can tell you how much I appreciate what you have done for our community with your magazine and with the media and everything else. You are a champion. If there's any Olympics, you're an Olympic champion of the media. So we appreciate what you've done for all of us. Thank you.
I appreciate that, Johnny. I've always said since I've been involved, in these publications, and we have 2 jobs. That's all we ever do. No matter if it's working on editorial process or if it's working on, working with advertisers, our primary job first and foremost is to be a resource and inform and educate our community and do what we can for them. And that's job 1. And job 2 is simple: make our advertisers wildly successful by whatever means possible. So that's what we try to do, no matter if we try to find a way to align with that, whether it's taking out, the garbage, if it's cleaning up, the office, or working on, future plans, for our publication. So I appreciate you saying that. It's fun to hear that. I think we're kind of getting towards the end. I do have, you mentioned, Brian, we have Carly coming and Ashley, and it sounds like, Reagan, these folks too. These are your shop people?
Yes. I was on a team with Ashley Lee in college. And when I was really young, I was at Elite with Carly. And I do still talk to Carly because she's amazing and I love her and feel like she's an amazing mentor. And yeah.
Well, I've got all of these. We've got the other 2 scheduled. I'm going to throw out there that while we put this together, this is all for parents to learn about Elite and put things together. I'm going to make the request that we get all 3 of you, Brian, Johnny, get everybody, and let everybody have some real conversations. So some of these, younger girls that are in the programs can just, talk, they can hear people talk shop, what are some of the old war stories, from it. Maybe we can even have a way, do something with a little panel. We'll see if we can get people interested. I don't know. I'm calling everybody out on the spot, but we'll work out the details later.
Well, Brandon, let's work out the details, because I think I can help you put that together. I think it'd be fun. I think people need to be able to have some people that they can look up to, and it seems like everybody here are those people. It seems like we're going to have a set of people the same way. So I appreciate everything you guys have done. Like I said, we'll find some people for them to look up to. We'll help everybody out. And thank you guys for being part of the show today.
Sure. Thank you
for
orchestrating this.
All right, guys. Well, stay safe. Anything we can do to help you, let us know. So we'll be all talking soon. Thank you.
Bye. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.